You know, when you upload a lot of content on the internet for 17 years, you're going to see a lot of changes, many of it for the bad. I've seen multiple communities reduced to rubble. I was once part of the ranting community in 2014, close to 11 years ago. I've seen egos ruin the lives of people that I once respected. Now, every single active community is bland. What am I talking about? Aside from a series of scandals that ruined big-named YouTubers and the dreams of people wanting to be famous on YouTube, I've seen how strict the rules of YouTube has become. 5 years ago, medical misinformation ruined the lives of licensed medical doctors just because they called out COVID-19. They even had evidence proving that COVID was nothing more than a weak strain of influenza. Doctors that called chemotherapy a scam were also censored. Same with doctors that called diabetes medicine a scam. Keep in mind, long before the medical misinformation guideline was implemented, I did research on this as well. Ever since 2020, community guidelines have been ridiculous as hell. Because of that, the overall quality of YouTube's content tanked. Where's the genuine interest for a YouTube video in 2025? I mean, yeah, we can blame woke culture for killing comedy videos. We can blame the government for censoring content innovation with Library, which once owned Odyssey. But the bigger picture is that regardless if you upload a video, it's all the same. We allowed for morons to run roughshod over the internet to where regardless of where you go, the content is all the same. It is crap. I never wanted to return to YouTube in January of 2024. However, a lot of things were going on at the time. Now that it's all over with, I don't see how I can continue uploading content. There are two things that have ruined YouTube's content quality standard over the past several months. First, censorship. The rising censorship on YouTube has taken a point to where YouTube's rising channels lose their entertainment luster. Look, I love to be informed, but YouTube has always been about entertainment. From the time that I first discovered YouTube on January 1st, 2007, to the time that I first joined YouTube on August 2nd, 2007, until now, YouTube has always been about entertainment. How has censorship greatly affected the quality of YouTube's videos? Well, people are not allowed to swear anymore. Even the PG-13 swear words are getting censored with either dead air or bleeps. Why is this happening? Because a lot of these channels have YouTube partnerships, and YouTube is of course way too corporate to allow people to get away with swearing. Because of that, channels are struggling to keep in good standing with YouTube's monetization policy. Let me tell you folks something. I didn't give a shit about YouTube's policies on swearing, and I still don't give a shit about it today. Now this is going to be a controversial opinion. As much as I love Run to the Movies even in 2025, I have to be honest here even at the risk of the reactors telling me to jump off a cliff and die. The past month of content quality from Run to the Movies has not been as captivating as it once was. Why? Because anytime a reactor has a genuine reaction, they swear. Believe it or not, their genuine reactions are why their content is captivating. Unfortunately, because of how strict YouTube's policies are on swearing, their reaction videos are not as fun to watch. This is not the fault of the reactors nor the Run to the Movies channel itself. They are abiding with the YouTube monetization policies. It's the fault of YouTube for trying to turn channels that are entertaining into G-rated shells of themselves for the kids. For the reactors of Run to the Movies, if you disagree with my opinion on YouTube's censorship policies, feel free to confront me on this issue. I will not sit here and lie to my fans. Censorship has fucked up a lot of channels that I do find entertaining. Another reason for YouTube's content quality going downhill is the oversaturation of artificial intelligence. Now look, I'm not saying that AI as a whole is terrible. People with neurological issues can benefit from AI. People with ALS can benefit if they cannot speak. People with Down syndrome can greatly benefit from AI programming. People suffering from dementia could be reminded if they took their medicine or ate their meals. I understand the services of artificial intelligence. However, AI is rampant on every front of entertainment on the internet. AI has killed the quality of music, the quality of comedy, the quality of storytelling. What's even worse is that the government and corporations are emphasizing on using AI as an essential tool. Neil Mohan himself is a huge supporter of artificial intelligence. Anyone with a brain realizes that there are long-term consequences for relying on AI for entertainment. Stand-up comedy becomes a dead entity. The music industry will suffer immensely. AI could kill the streaming industry, including Netflix. You could see it all over YouTube in 2025, and that is an insult to old-school YouTubers, including myself. It's why guys like Ace Salieri, Junior Fan, T-Bone 2004, Chris Bores, and the archfiend are pissed off at YouTube. It's not fun anymore. Anywhere you go on the internet, it is not fun anymore. So why am I so pissed off to the point of making this video? Because February 8th, 2025, on a Saturday, I turned on my TV, watched hockey and golf on local TV, and guess what? I was entertained. I was entertained watching hockey and golf. How in the fuck does content quality on YouTube get so bad I'm entertained watching hockey and golf on local TV? Hell, the first 5 minutes of watching the Detroit Red Wings Tampa Bay Lightning hockey game, my eyes were glued to the TV. How is that even possible? Yeah, YouTube has gotten so bad, I'm entertained by watching hockey and golf. Don't get me wrong, investing in physical media has been therapeutic for me, but even in 2025, I crave live entertainment. Therefore, local TV, courtesy of my rabbit ear antenna, is doing a lot more to entertain me than a YouTube video. What does this mean? It means I'm done with content creating on YouTube. Unlike years past, I'm being a lot more logical than petty. Sure, when I got pissed off, I quit making content, then come back to it. But now with censorship and AI killing the internet, I'm taking a step back to the good old days. Local TV, VHS tapes, DVDs, CDs for music, and email for communication. I know a lot of you folks watching will have choice words for me. I believe some of you will back me on this, saying that I'm not the only one finding sports on live TV more entertaining than an internet video. It's done. It's over with. Thank you folks for watching this video. I hope that I kept you folks entertained throughout these 17 years on YouTube. But it's time for me to move on and enjoy local TV and the movies. Thank you. Farewell. Ladies and gentlemen, ever since I declared my retirement from YouTube, I didn't know if I was going to do one more video for the internet in general. However, there is a situation that has convinced me to do one more video. 2025 without a doubt is the most chaotic year of all time. Aside from politics and economical chaos, which is the least of my worries, the shift in entertainment has rapidly intensified to the likes that a lot of people have never seen before. So the focus of this video is talking about the chaotic shift of entertainment and how it is causing the collapse of the internet. There have been multiple cycles of the internet ever since the World Wide Web went public on April 30th, 1993. Whether it was the dot-com boom in 1998, the Numa Numa dance in 2004 that slowly ushered in the video sharing era, the phenomenon of social media in the late 2000s, etc. The boom of the streaming services got more people to access the internet than ever before. The age of digital media was the longest sustained era of the internet. However, for all the innovations that happened on the internet, there is a negative stigma that subsequently causes headaches. The stigma of censorship and oversaturation of artificial intelligence. Alternative sites know better in that regard because if you talk about a sensitive subject with evidence to back it up, video sharing sites get very sensitive. Not just Rumble, but I've seen other sites including BitChute get sensitive on certain topics, proving that video sharing sites in general have a certain level of censorship. And there is a certain level of hypocrisy as well. You get banned for telling the truth about someone with evidence. Meanwhile, someone who slanders, doxes, and threatens people get platformed. The internet is so desperate to platform people regardless of hypocrisy that degenerate content becomes normalized while quality content has to be censored and or dumbed down. When high quality content gets dumbed down, that's never enough. The sites demand that you do this or do that to gain favor. Even if you do dumb down the content to gain favor, it is never a guarantee. In my 17 years of uploading content, I never censored my own content. If I had something to say, I told it like it was. Sure, a lot of people gave me flack, but as time went along, people admitted that I called things out correctly. If I called out someone for being a degenerate, it had merit. People were scared to admit that I was correct. But when they did, they finally quit worrying about gaining favor because they realized that there's more to life than trying to gain favor from a community. If I discussed subjects that others were not talking about, it was to bring awareness to a situation in hopes of preparing people for the inevitable. If they did not prepare, it would cost them. I never settled for one type of content. While my content is for entertainment purposes, I also made content in hopes of educating people. Bringing awareness on the internet is not inherently a bad thing. It's what you talk about and how you approach the matter that will get people talking. I am against censorship because if you censor topics, censor history, or censor an individual's potential, you risk putting all of mankind in jeopardy. That's why I don't like the fact that statues of Confederate officials were taken down and destroyed because of racism and oppression. Because if you censor those statues, you actually enable racism and oppression. I don't like videos of people criticizing others being censored. Because if you censor criticism, you are encouraging people to harass others instead of being held to a higher standard. Censoring religion, as much as I do not like Satanism, Islam, among other things, causes oppression. A lot of wars in this world stemmed because of one religion wanting to censor another religion out of existence. Finally, the censorship of on-demand content through subscription streaming. That is wrong because people don't want to comb through flea markets nor thrift stores to get the content that is not available on Netflix, Amazon Prime, etc. It's unacceptable. To make matters worse, free streaming services could get replaced with more subscription services. Why am I talking about this? Because Amazon killed their free streaming alternative called Freevee in November 2024. It enraged a lot of people, including myself. Why? Because a lot of people refuse to open up an Amazon account and subscribe to Amazon Prime to access content from Freevee. Freevee is not free anymore. People that used to watch All in the Family, Dallas, In the Heat of the Night, and Leave It to Beaver were forced to go elsewhere. If Amazon can kill Freevee, what are the odds of Fox killing Tubi? What are the odds of Paramount killing Pluto TV? What are the odds of Plex being bought by NBC Universal for the company to kill that off? Some subscription services are dying like Disney Plus and Hulu. If Disney itself starts selling off multiple companies, we could see ABC in a totally different direction. We could see ESPN as a dead entity. Max, which was originally HBO Max, is in big trouble too, overcharging customers and censoring a lot of quality content from Cartoon Network on there. Companies that have pandered to woke culture often go broke or die off subsequently. Considering the billions of dollars that Disney and Warner Bros. Discovery lost over the past year, that serves as a warning to Netflix. If you factor in the greed and rising censorship of streaming services followed by YouTube's rising censorship, people have had enough. People used to use these services for entertainment. Sure, the negative is that you need internet to access these services. If you were paying $20 a month for Netflix, $83 a month for YouTube TV, and $20 a month for Max, you were paying $123 a month. Add in the monthly internet bill of let's say $70, you were paying $193 a month for digital entertainment. Let's assume that these prices stay the same for 12 months. That's $2,316 for the whole year. Why would you do that when you could buy a rabbit ear antenna for $15 and then buy $200 or $300 worth of physical media for that 1 year? The savings would add up in the long run. When it comes to live TV, people are willing to watch less channels as long as the content in question is pretty good. Weeks ago, I watched a game of hockey. The Detroit Red Wings versus Tampa Bay Lightning. It was a National Hockey League game on ABC. In the first 5 minutes, my eyes were glued to the screen. I was entertained. Then I watched golf on CBS and I was entertained. Wednesday, February 19th of 2025, I watched CBS in primetime. First show, Hollywood Squares. Second show, The Price is Right at Night. Third show, Raid the Cage. Somehow I was entertained watching these shows on CBS. I'm also entertained watching old shows on MeTV like Perry Mason and Leave It to Beaver. When I quit streaming for local TV, I also watched football games on Fox and CBS. I also watched Monday Night Football on ABC. When local TV is doing a better job than streaming services and YouTube, you know that the alternatives to television are worse than television itself. I thought local TV died in 2007, but now we are witnessing a resurrection of entertainment where local TV is must-see television. Meanwhile, cable, streaming, and video sharing are dead entities. No one wants to pay $120 a month for cable with 500 channels. No one wants to pay $83 a month for YouTube TV nor Hulu Live. No one wants to pay $20 a month for Netflix, $20 a month for Max, nor $15 a month for Disney Plus. If you are paying for digital media and you can't find the movies you want to watch, why give them the money for it? So people are willing to buy a rabbit ear antenna for $20, hook it up to their TV, try to find something to watch aside from the news. At first, they would be clueless, but then they can go on the internet and look for local listings to find out what to watch. Eventually, they will find comedy, game shows, sports, maybe dramatic serials. 40 years ago, you only had 3 channels on local TV. Today, you have multiple free channels aside from CBS, ABC, NBC, and Fox. You have Cozy, MeTV, Dabble, Crime Network, Ion, the religious channels. Back in the old days, if you had over 100 channels, you had it made. Even in 2025, the lesser the channels, the more likely you will find something to watch, proving that less is more. YouTube has reached an all-time low in terms of internet quality. Why is YouTube tanking in quality? Aside from censorship and artificial intelligence running rampant, celebrities are not interesting, and the YouTubers that were once respected have been subject to scandals. Dr. Disrespect for mixing it up with minors, Mr. Beast for promoting scams and employing sickos, SS Sniper Wolf for doxing Jack's films and still having a platform, etc. That's why YouTube's content quality has gotten so bad. People are flocking to live entertainment, not just through local TV, but in real life, attending a community gathering, bowling, touring places, etc. The COVID pandemic might have been designed to keep people home to save money and encourage people to order online, but it ultimately failed in the long run. People are taking trips, going out to bars, no longer subscribing to streaming, etc. In fact, we are slowly going back to the days where box TVs were the norm. You ordered stuff through mail order catalogs, etc. Why? Because the internet peaked during COVID. Now people no longer want to tie their entire presence to the internet. With internet prices rising since the return of net neutrality, people are stepping back and saying, wait a minute, there's a life outside of the internet. This is why I believe that YouTube has gone downhill. This is not the end, folks. This is my prediction. YouTube's censorship policies are going to piss off the big-name YouTubers. Mr. Beast will be under investigation by the FBI. Longtime channels like Cinemassacre are going to end their run on YouTube because of the censorship policies, etc. As for streaming, my prediction is that there will be more price hikes for Netflix, forcing tens of millions of subscribers to say, I'm off to buy me a rabbit ear antenna. Please cancel Netflix before I come back home. Thank you. Flea markets and thrift stores will be overwhelmed for demand of physical media, forcing customers to contact electronics stores and entertainment companies to emphasize the availability of physical media. I mean, if golf and hockey are on the rise on local TV, NASCAR can make a comeback, since no one wants Hulu nor Disney Plus anymore. This signifies the end of the internet as we know it. After 17 years of making content, this is goodbye. You folks are free to mirror this video if you want, but it's over. YouTube is not coming back. Streaming services are going downhill. It's time to buy antennas and physical media again. Thank you for your time and spread the word that entertainment quality has taken a huge shift.